Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin discovery. If you enjoy learning about rare and valuable coins from South Africa, give this video a like and stay with me until the very end because the final value of today's coin may surprise you. Have you ever looked through an old coin collection and wondered if one ordinary-looking coin could actually be worth far more than its face value? Today we are taking a closer look at the South African 1 Rand 1982 coin, a piece that many people have seen but very few truly understand. While millions of these coins were produced, certain examples have become highly desirable among collectors because of their condition, rarity, and the stories they carry through history. The 1982 1 Rand is much more than a simple coin used for everyday shopping decades ago. It represents a period in South African history when the country's currency reflected both national identity and changing economic conditions. Every scratch, every detail, and every original surface tells a story that collectors are eager to preserve. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that every old coin is automatically valuable. In reality, age alone does not create high prices. A coin's value depends on several important factors including its preservation, mint quality, collector demand, and whether it has any unusual characteristics that separate it from ordinary examples. Imagine finding two identical 1982 1 Rand coins. One has spent years in circulation, covered with scratches and heavy wear. The other has remained untouched in exceptional condition, keeping its original shine and sharp details. Although both coins were struck in the same year, the better preserved example could attract significantly more attention from serious collectors because condition often determines the difference between an ordinary coin and a premium collectible. Another exciting reason collectors search for the 1982 1 Rand is the possibility of discovering unusual minting varieties or production errors. Even small differences created during the minting process can transform a common coin into something that specialists eagerly hunt for. These discoveries are rare, but they continue to inspire collectors to carefully examine every coin they find. Patience is another important part of successful coin collecting. Many experienced collectors spend years searching through old collections, estate sales, family inheritance boxes, and forgotten coin jars hoping to uncover a hidden treasure. Sometimes the most valuable discoveries are made where nobody expected them. The growing interest in South African coins has also encouraged more collectors around the world to learn about historic Rand coins. As international demand increases, exceptional examples often receive greater attention than they did years ago. That growing interest keeps the excitement alive for anyone who owns older South African coins. As more people discover the fascinating world of coin collecting, the 1982 1 Rand continues to attract attention because it combines history, craftsmanship, and the possibility of hidden value. Every collector knows that remarkable finds rarely happen by accident. They happen because someone took the time to inspect a coin that everyone else ignored. That is exactly why experienced collectors never rush when examining older South African coins. If you already own a 1982 1 Rand, take a close look at every detail. Examine the lettering, the date, the edges, and the overall appearance. A coin with strong original detail, minimal wear, and an attractive surface will always receive more interest than one that has been heavily circulated. Many collectors even use magnifying glasses to inspect tiny features that are invisible at first glance. Those small details can sometimes make a significant difference when determining collectability. Another important lesson for every collector is never to clean an old coin. Many people believe polishing a coin will increase its value, but the opposite is usually true. Cleaning can remove the original surface that collectors appreciate, leaving permanent marks that reduce its appeal. Preserving a coin in its natural condition is almost always the better choice. The excitement surrounding older South African coins is not just about money. Every coin is a small piece of history that has traveled through countless hands over many years. It has witnessed changing generations, economic shifts, and everyday life in ways that books cannot fully describe. Holding a 1982 1 Rand is like holding a small chapter of history in the palm of your hand. Collectors also understand that the coin market changes over time. A coin that receives little attention today may become much more desirable in the future, as new collectors enter the hobby, and demand continues to grow. That is why many enthusiasts patiently build their collections instead of focusing only on immediate profits. If you have inherited old coins from parents or grandparents, do not overlook them. Hidden among those forgotten pieces could be a collectible example that deserves a closer examination. Many valuable collections have started with nothing more than a small box of old coins tucked away in a drawer. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. A regular circulated 1982 South African R1 usually sells for a modest amount, but a rare example in outstanding condition or with highly desirable collector qualities can reach impressive prices. In this presentation, the featured value for this coin is $1,375. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to start taking a closer look at a South African coin that many people have seen but very few have truly appreciated. The 1965 R1 is more than just a piece of old currency. It represents a remarkable chapter in South Africa's history and has become a fascinating target for collectors who are always searching for valuable treasures hidden in plain sight. Imagine opening an old coin collection that has been sitting untouched for decades. Among the familiar coins, you notice a shining 1965 R1. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin, but experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. Some examples of this coin have attracted serious attention because of their condition, rarity, and the growing demand among collectors around the world. The story behind this coin makes it even more interesting. It was produced during a period when South Africa was establishing its identity through its own currency. Every detail, from the portrait to the carefully designed reverse side, reflects the craftsmanship and pride of the era. Collectors often admire these coins not only for their possible value but also for the history they carry in their metal. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming every old coin is worth the same amount. In reality, small differences can completely change a coin's value. A well-preserved 1965 R1 with sharp details, original shine, and minimal wear is far more desirable than one that has been heavily circulated. Even tiny marks, scratches, or signs of cleaning can influence how collectors judge a coin. Another exciting possibility is the chance of finding unusual mint characteristics. While not every coin has them, collectors are always looking for striking variations or production differences that make certain pieces stand out. These unique details can transform an ordinary-looking coin into one that becomes the centerpiece of a collection. As the years pass, fewer high-quality examples remain available. Many coins were spent, damaged, or simply lost over time. This shrinking supply creates even greater excitement whenever a beautiful 1965 R1 appears on the collector's market. That is exactly why experienced collectors inspect every old coin carefully before deciding whether it deserves a place in their collection. The growing interest in vintage South African coins has inspired many people to search through forgotten boxes, inherited collections, and old family savings. Every discovery brings excitement because nobody knows what hidden treasure might appear next. Some collectors spend years searching for a high-quality 1965 R1, while others are fortunate enough to find one in a collection they already own. That feeling of uncovering something special is one of the reasons coin collecting continues to attract people of every generation. If you own this coin, avoid polishing it or attempting to make it look newer. Many beginners believe a shiny coin is automatically more valuable, but experienced collectors usually prefer coins with their natural surface preserved. Cleaning can reduce a coin's appeal and may even lower its value. Proper storage in a protective holder and careful handling can help preserve its condition for years to come. It is also important to remember that the market is always changing. A coin's value is influenced by collector demand, rarity, condition, and the number of quality examples available at any given time. What seems like an ordinary coin today could attract much greater interest in the future, as more collectors compete for the finest surviving pieces. The 1965 R1 is a reminder that history can fit in the palm of your hand. It has survived decades, witnessed changing generations, and continues to capture the attention of collectors who appreciate both its historical importance and its collectible potential. Whether you are just beginning your collecting journey or have been collecting for many years, this coin deserves a closer look before you decide to put it away. The next time you come across an old South African 1 rand, don't ignore it. Take a few moments to examine the date, the overall condition, and every small detail. You may discover that what looked like an ordinary coin is actually a fascinating collectible with real market appeal. The greatest treasures are often the ones people overlook because they never take the time to look closely. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with friends and family who enjoy discovering valuable old coins. Let us know in the comments if you own a 1965 1 rand or if you've ever found an unexpected treasure in your collection. Thank you for watching, and now for the moment you've been waiting for. A well-preserved 1965 South Africa 1 rand coin can reach an impressive value of $4,174, depending on its condition. Over fascinating coins that could be hiding in old collections, forgotten drawers, or family keepsake boxes. Today, we are taking a closer look at the South African 1 cent 1961, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world for its historical importance and growing collectible appeal. At first glance, the 1961 1 cent may seem like nothing more than an ordinary bronze coin. Many people have seen similar coins and assumed they were only worth a single cent. But experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. Sometimes, the most overlooked coins become the ones everyone wishes they had saved decades ago. The year 1961 marked an unforgettable chapter in South African history. It was a time of major national change, and coins produced during this period became part of that story. Every 1 cent from 1961 represents more than everyday money. It represents a piece of history that passed through thousands of hands, survived generations, and continues to exist long after many other coins have disappeared. Imagine opening an old wooden box in your attic or searching through a forgotten coin jar passed down by your grandparents. Among hundreds of ordinary coins, one small bronze piece catches your eye. You notice the date reads 1961. At that moment, you may be holding something collectors actively search for, especially if the coin has remained in remarkable condition over the years. What makes this coin so interesting is that no two surviving examples have lived the same journey. Some circulated in busy markets for years, collecting scratches and wear with every transaction. Others were carefully stored away, protected from damage, allowing their original details and shine to remain surprisingly well preserved. This difference in preservation can dramatically influence collector interest. Collectors never judge a coin by its age alone. They study every tiny detail. The sharpness of the design, the condition of the lettering, the color of the bronze, and even small minting differences can make one example much more desirable than another. That is why two coins from the same year can receive completely different attention in the collecting world. Another reason this coin continues to generate excitement is the mystery surrounding old collections. Across the world, families inherit coin albums without realizing what is inside. Many valuable discoveries have started with someone simply taking the time to look more carefully at coins that had been ignored for decades. That possibility keeps collectors searching year after year. That excitement is exactly why experienced collectors never rush when examining older coins. They understand that patience often reveals details others miss. A small difference in the surface, an unusually sharp strike, or a coin that has escaped heavy circulation can transform an ordinary-looking piece into one that attracts serious attention from buyers and enthusiasts alike. The South African 1 cent 1961 continues to spark conversations because it combines history with the thrill of discovery. Every collector dreams of finding a coin that everyone else overlooked. Whether purchased years ago, inherited from family, or found while sorting through old belongings, this coin reminds us that valuable collectibles are not always made of silver or gold. Sometimes a simple bronze cent can become the centerpiece of a collection simply because of its story, condition, and desirability. If you own one of these coins, resist the temptation to clean or polish it. Many people believe cleaning makes an old coin more valuable, but experienced collectors usually prefer original surfaces. Even gentle polishing can remove important characteristics that collectors appreciate, reducing its appeal. The safest approach is to handle it carefully by the edges and store it in a protective holder to preserve its condition. Another fascinating aspect of coin collecting is that the market never stands still. Interest rises as new collectors enter the hobby, older collections are rediscovered, and exceptional examples appear at auctions. A coin that receives little attention today could become highly desirable in the future as demand changes and fewer high-quality examples remain available. That is why searching through old family collections can be one of the most exciting experiences for any collector. The next remarkable discovery might already be sitting unnoticed in a forgotten box, an old wallet, or a collection that has not been opened for decades. Every coin deserves a closer look because you never know which one could surprise you. If you enjoyed discovering the story behind the South African 1 cent 1961, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with friends and family who love rare coins. Your support helps us continue bringing you incredible coin stories, hidden treasures, and exciting collecting tips from around the world. Before you leave, here's the moment you've been waiting for. A well-preserved South African 1 cent 1961 can attract impressive collector interest, and exceptional examples may reach an estimated value of $1,474, depending on their condition, rarity, and demand in the collector market. That is exactly why checking your old coins carefully could be more rewarding than you ever imagined.